Hi, good morning. This tutorial will guide you on how to upload your publication. Of course, before now, you're expected to have uploaded your abstract, and you're merely just uploading your the publication of that particular abstract. I'm going to log in with my login credentials, and so should you. I'm going to ignore any prompt here, which is irrelevant to this process. There's a particular ID you need from to upload the publication, which is the paper ID, and you only get that having before now uploaded your abstract. Okay, I'm going to try to illustrate the full process of uploading abstract, but for you are not supposed to upload abstract. You are only supposed to upload your publication. So before now, you've done something like this, or it has been done for you, where you've uploaded information about your abstract. Of course, what you need to upload is just the abstract, the title, the keywords, before now. So this process has been done by you or has been done for you, and then before now, of course, you will have successfully uploaded your abstract. Then, of course, if you log in, this is what you should see. When you log in, this is what you should see. Assessment of no, it doesn't have to be this topic. What I mean is that you see your abstract topic, and then what you are supposed to do is ignore all I've done before now. This procedure is just to show how to upload abstract for some other time. Now, so you just click on view abstract, the abstract that you have uploaded before, and copy this number. Ensure that you copy all the digits. Ensure you don't copy space before the digit, or you don't copy space after the digit. So you copy that, and then you click on upload abstract. When you click on upload abstract, you paste that number you clicked, which is your paper ID here. Ensure there's no space after the last digit and there's no space before the first digit. Once you've ensured that, then click on the title. You see automatically it brings the title up for you. Then you now start to specify. Now when you look at my own this sample publication, you see that I have introduction. My introduction has two parts, which is introduction itself and the objectives of study. Then my methodology has two parts, which is research and method. And then my research just one part, which is quite lengthy with tables and figures, images. Then my discussion one part, my recommendation one part, conclusion one part, and reference. By part I mean subsection. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am done with the abstract, so I'm going to copy the introduction. So once I copy the introduction, it's just a copy and paste thing. You don't need to, of course, start typing all over again. That would be very, very, very cruel for us to expect you to do. So you just copy this from this document, and then, before that, you have to specify the number of subsections. Already I specified to you, introduction has two subsections, methodology has two subsections, result has one subsection, discussion has one subsection. Of course, conclusion, recommendation, and reference I expected to have just one subsection. So I'm going to click, save and proceed. And when I do that, I obviously see my abstract here, which shows that things are going fine. If you don't see this, then there is a problem. You probably want to repeat the process from the beginning. And then my 1.1 is introduction, my 1.2 is objectives of studies. Of course, you might not see what I just saw, the list of all this. Okay, so in your own case, you have to type it in introduction, and then I'm going to copy that introduction, the content of that introduction. Okay, I'm going to copy it. I've highlighted. I will click Ctrl C. Then I move here and click Ctrl V, which is paste. Or you can paste however else you know how to paste, but ensure that the content over there comes here. Okay, so also for my objectives, I'm going to ensure that I highlight it first, I Ctrl C, I come and Ctrl V. Now there's something I want to bring your attention to. This project on this platform is parsed using HTML. Now, don't be confused. Don't say, well, I've got to the end of the road. If you don't understand what parsing means or what HTML means, there's absolutely no problem. All you need to understand is that anytime you want your document to start on another line, you use this annotation BR, or really it's a code, BR/. Of course, there's a less than BR/ greater than. So you use that just once. So anytime you want you want to create a new line. So that means that after this, you are saying that I want a new line. That means that 2 will come to a new line. Okay, then after this you want to come to a new line. This one will come to a new line. You understand why I'm going to deliberately leave some without using this BR when they actually need it, so that you can see the importance of it. So methodology here, mine is research questions. Don't forget you have to type yours there. I'm going to copy the content from my document here and just paste it, as simple as that. Also, we're going to adopt the principle of creating a new line using this code. I'm going to paste here, paste here, paste here, paste here. Okay, I'm going to come back and copy the content of my method. Copy, paste, method, paste there. Okay, so now if you look at it, my method has two paragraphs. Sorry, the second paragraph starts here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this here, because I want the next part to start on a new line. I'm going to use the same code. But now we should be getting more comfortable with how this works. So now let's come to the result, which is the most tricky of all. Okay, I'm going to copy this initial part and paste. Now you're wondering, why did I not copy the table? Because instead of the table, to replace the table, I'm going to use another annotation table here and two greater than signs. Don't forget, if you want to insert a table, you don't copy the table along with the content. You just type table here and two greater than signs. Then it continues with this content. I'm going to copy this and paste here. Then comes a figure or an image. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to type image here, and then just after that I have another content which spans down to I have another image. So I'm going to I'm going to paste it, and because I have another image here, I'm going to type what? Image, as you rightly guessed, here with two greater than signs. Of course, there's no space in between, don't make that mistake. And then after that, I have another set of content before I have now a table. So as you rightly guessed, for those that are really following, table here to greater than sign. And the next part is the last part of the content within my results. So I copy and I paste down here. So I have two tables and two images, and I've used those annotations at this point where I want those tables and images to appear, or those tables and figures to appear. So please note that. If you don't get what I've just done, please stop, rewind, play, and then you will have a better understanding. So I'm going to come to my discussion, which has about 4 paragraphs. So you rightly guessed, I'm going to paste, look for those 4 paragraphs and annotate with the BR. So here is my first, so annotate with BR. Okay, I've not typed it well there. And I'm going to look for paragraphs, I'm going to use 2. Okay, then this is my other paragraph, and this is my other paragraph. Yeah, I have 4 paragraphs. Good. So next, recommendation. Don't worry, just copy. There is provision for recommendation, even if you have to skip conclusion. You might not have ordered yours the way expected. So it paste conclusion. And then my references. This is another place where you need to pay attention. I just copy and paste. Now, if you do everything right, in less than 30 minutes, you would have uploaded in a very, very stress-free way your publication. So I'm going to use BR because I want this one to start on another line. So BR, I'm going to use it after every reference, just for smooth rendering of this publication. Everything gets clearer as we proceed and progress. So you just put the BR after every reference. Ensure that you don't make a mistake. Less than sign BR / greater than sign. Yes, and I've done mine, so I'm more than eager to proceed. You've used the annotations image here, where you need to insert image, table here / greater than sign twice, image here, greater than sign twice. Also for tables, table here, greater than sign twice, where I need to put them, of course. And places where, like list, where I want to start on a new line, I've used the less than BR / greater than sign. Okay, now there is provision for you to come back and edit, just like I can go back and edit the number of my subsections, but it's not really okay for you to deliberately make mistakes. But we have deliberately made some omissions here so that we can make our points. Now I'm going to click on save and proceed. Now you can see my paragraph. It looks just all long and untidy. It doesn't look really professional. That's because I have ignored, and that's why I was telling you that it is past as HTML document. So I need to specify where. Let's see where we did things right. You can see here, this started in a new line, not because it actually started in a new line, because we actually used BR here. So you see that also the same goes with my methodology. And then when you look at my results, likewise, when you look at my discussion, you see that it is well paragraphed, not like my result and my introduction, which we ignored the BR sign. I deliberately omitted it so that you can see how it works. I'm going to go back and make things right now. You can see that even for my reference, I didn't put number. Well, things can be improved. So how do we do that? I'll click on edit, come to this introduction, and at every point where I'm expected to have a new paragraph, I'll type the less than BR / greater than sign. I do that twice. That way, carefully scroll down until I sense another paragraph. Scroll down until I sense another paragraph. Okay, so I make sure I put the paragraph sign, which is the less than BR / greater than sign at every point. I see I still have my BR here the way I made it. My method, I had already followed that precaution. Maybe I want to make it 2 so that it's pretty much more evident. The result here, there's a lot I have to do. Seeing that I want this table not to be joined with the question mark, I have to put this here. Also seeing that I am starting another paragraph here. Table 1.1a shows, so I have to put that before that. And also seeing that I want this also to start on another line, so I put another BR here. You get more comfortable with it as you proceed. You see the need, you make a mistake, you can always come back and edit those and resolve those errors here. Now, what I was talking about white line is this. You see, from this point to this point, you see all this space here is what we refer to as white line. Okay, so if you just think, oh well, it's well indented, there's space between here and here, because HTML does not read white line. So this is going to be joined to this. This is going to be joined with this. So what you do is that you have to use that BR to annotate, and so everything seems to be okay here. My conclusion also, everything appears to be okay. My recommendation, everything appears to be okay. I said I was going to replace this with 2BR. I might want to put number just to make it more funky, but if you don't want numbers, you don't put numbers. If you want numbers, you put numbers. I can't recall exactly what is mandatory as regarding the Abreap platform, but it will be communicated to you. So I'm replacing one single annotation for break line with 2 so that the line is clearer. You're going to get a better understanding of what I'm saying by the time I preview this particular page. So I do that. Please, you have to be very careful not to use backward slash instead of forward slash. These are common mistakes that will bring about an undesirable view. So I'm going to save and proceed. All things being equal, you can see now my introduction is looking better as I want it to look. Everything is looking neat, except that I don't have my tables and my images. So how do I do that now? This is how I go about that. With my tables, all I need to do is I come to the document, that first table in that order. You cannot mess things up. So here now, I have to highlight this table, copy the table, open Excel. Now, Excel is the application that will help you to save your table in the format that is required. So I've come to Excel here. Okay, let me try to repeat that. I'm going to try to highlight, so just this table. Okay, now I've done that. I'm going to copy it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to come to the first cell here, which is the A1. I'm going to paste, and all things being equal, I should have exactly what I have on my document. So next step is that you have to save you save as a CSV file. Now, normally by default, Excel is an Excel workbook, Excel workbook format, but you have to save as a CSV file. So I'm going to come to my desktop here, and I will save my Excel. I'm going to call it table 1 so that I won't mess things up. Then I will save this save as type here. Make sure you select comma separated value, that's CSV, comma delimited. There are other CSV, Macintosh and MS-DOS. Please don't save it with that. Also try not to save with this. Save with comma delimited. So you click on that and you click on table, you save that. Okay, so I'm going to pick my second table also. My second table is after my 2 figures, just so that I can be through with one before I move to another. I'm going to also show you how to save your, so of course you know how to highlight. Don't mind me, I'm having difficulty highlighting here, as simple as it seems. I don't want to copy the text like this. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to copy the content alone, and I don't want to miss out any content. So wow, that can be difficult with my mouse here. So I've copied that. I'm going to come here, create another worksheet, paste here. Okay, and the same procedure as the first, save as, browse. Now this is table 2. Table 2, I have to ensure it's CSV, comma delimited. Don't forget, it has to be this, it has to be this. Then I save. Now you might notice that yours comes out funny, in the sense that when you try to view it, your own system might even try to view it as using Notepad. If you try to view using Notepad, you see something like this. You're wondering, but it does make a little bit sense, because you see some of the things that are part of your table. That is how it's exactly supposed to look. Okay, like we said, comma delimited. So you have comma separating your value. So this is how it's supposed to look. So you don't have to open it anywhere. I was just trying to explain the concept of it being a comma delimited. So let's proceed. I come here. Now the second part is my image. How do I save image? There's a particular application on your system which we call the sniping tool. How do you get that? You just come to start, SNI, and then you see the sniping tool. It should be there. So all I need to do is just to click on new and just highlight that part which I want to capture as image. Okay, all the parts I want to capture as image. You don't want to capture this lower part, because already you've copied it as text. Then I will save also. You don't have to save using the nomenclature image 1 like I've used, but just for simplicity I will use image 1 and save. In my own case, I have to override something there. So I've done that. So the same also, I click on new for this second one, then I also screenshot that and I save as image 2. You can save it as any other thing you can remember. I have saved mine as image 2. Okay, so I come back to this document. Now I can start my loading. My table 1, I click on desktop where I saved them. Don't forget, I call the table 1. So just for quick access, table 1, I highlight that. Table 2, I highlight that. Images, you have to put them in the right position. Image 1 and also image 2, I highlight that. So I haven't done that well, and of course image and table does not necessarily have to only be in your result. Anywhere else it is, any other section, you also follow the same procedure. Like I said earlier, if you don't understand any part of what I've said, or something's not so clear, that's why it's a video. You stop, you rewind, and you rewatch, then you correct. So you can see my reference is now showing much better, well spaced. Now I'm going to click save and proceed. It says, do you want to upload? Of course I want to upload. I say yes. Now let me see if what I've done does make sense. Oh, beautiful. I have my table here exactly the way I desired, and after my table I have my figure here exactly the way I want it, and I have the second figure here exactly the way I want it, and here I have my second table the way I want it. Then this publication is ready for final saving. So I just click complete, and if something is not right, what I need to do is to click on edit, and then it gets me back and I correct what I need to correct. Then I click on complete. That means that I'm ready to submit, and I click OK. Now you can see here I now have 2 buttons, view abstract and view publication, because I've not only uploaded my abstract, I have now uploaded my publication and it's complete. Any other thing, you probably haven't watched the video over and over and you're not able to get through, please, before the deadline lapses or before the day of the deadline comes, ensure that you get across to the admin so that it will be resolved for you. It's been my pleasure taking you through this journey. I hope it's been also delightful for you as well. The link for more video in the future will be pasted on the social media account so you can watch out for it. Happy listening. Have a delightful day.